Open Heavens Daily Devotional. Date: Monday, March 3, 2025. Topic: For His pleasure. Memorize. Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure therein were created. Revelation 4:11. Read Mark 8:22-26 KJV. 22 And he cometh to Bethsaida, and they bring a blind man unto him, and besought him to touch him. 23 And he took the blind man by the hand, and led him out of the town, and when he had spit on his eyes, and put his hands upon him, he asked him if he saw aught. 24 And he looked up, and said, I see men as trees, walking. 25 After that he put his hands again upon his eyes, and made him look up, and he was restored, and saw every man clearly. 26 And he sent him away to his house, saying, Neither go into the town, nor tell it to any in the town. Message. God created the heavens and the earth in the beginning, Genesis 1:1-3. Today's memory verse also says that he made all things for his pleasure. Thus, he can control all things, and this is why the wind and the sea obeyed him, Mark 4:35-41. You were made for God's pleasure, but he cannot get any pleasure when your body is sick. In Mark 3:1-5, Jesus saw a man with a withered hand in the temple and must have thought to himself, Hand, I didn't make you to be withered, I made you for clapping. The man with the withered hand didn't pray or ask for healing. The Lord healed the hand because it wasn't giving him pleasure. There was once an elderly man who was driving his Ford car when it suddenly broke down by the roadside. As he stood by the car looking confused, a rich man stopped right next to him and asked if he could help. The rich man got out of his car, opened the trunk of the faulty car, touched a few things, and attempted to start the car. Immediately, the car started. Amazed, the old man turned to the rich man and asked, Why did you stop to help me? The rich man replied, My name is Henry Ford. I made that car to run, not to stop by the wayside. Beloved, the one who made you is passing by now, and he will deal with everything in your life that is not giving him glory, in Jesus' name. When something is not as God created it to be, it doesn't give him pleasure. If there is any part of your life that is not revealing God's purpose, rather than complain, begin to speak God's counsel over it. God does all things after the counsel of his will, and when you stand on his will concerning anything, that thing must align to give him pleasure, Ephesians 1:11. In today's Bible reading, a blind man was brought to Jesus. Jesus led him out of the town, spat in his eyes, and put his hands on him. When he asked the blind man if he saw anything, the man replied, I see men as trees walking. Even though he could now see, his eyes were not working optimally. Jesus didn't leave him to manage the eyes. He laid his hands on him again, and he saw clearly. God wants every aspect of your life to perform optimally. Nothing less than this gives him pleasure. Prayer point. Lord, please transform my life so that everything that concerns me will always give you pleasure, in Jesus' name. Hymn 25. The great physician now is near.